Now in the beginning, what you want to try to do, it's helpful for me, I'll have them all 6 strings off, and I line up the holes to kind of get, so I can bing, 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 boom, right through. So I'm lining up the hole, it's in parallel with the neck, I think that's the word. Now, you make sure the string remains seated in the saddle, because every now and then if you're fidgeting up here doing our work, this down here could actually kind of pop out and you're tightening a string that's not sitting properly, okay? So every now and then you take a glance and be sure you're right in the middle, okay, where that little slot is. All right. I'm tuning to the high E. The peg closest to the fingerboard, I'm going to cut the excess off at this point, 2 pegs past where I'm stringing. So right where my fingers are, as long as this cutter doesn't give me crap, I'm going to go right in there. Come on, baby. Are you kidding me? Oh, there it is. This is there. Come on. Now I see why Jason gave me this one. It's up. Can you see? Okay, good. I see it. All right, now we have the proper amount cut off. All of that is just pure waste. All right. So I'm holding the long length. I'm making sure this remains rather taut. Still in the middle of that saddle. Put us through. And what I'm going to let stick out the other side is about the amount, like even before I start to wind, I'm only going to allow that much to stick out, if you can see it, right? What I do, I'm trying to think, visually, I don't want that point to extend out past the edge, because if I go to tune, I'm not paying attention, then you get poked again. All right, so about that much. Now, with thumb and forefinger, I'm holding the long length to try to keep some tightness there, and with my second finger, I'm going to do some controlling of the point when that comes around. Now watch. Holding taut with thumb and forefinger, controlling the string right where it goes into the peg head. Now, the post. All right, so we're going to come around. Now when that comes around, my second finger is going to be short. Whoop, whoop, it's slipping. See, ideally you're doing this without the second and third string in the way, but no biggie. When that point, when this tip comes around, I want the long length of string going under that for the initial wrap. So here comes the point. My second finger, can you see it pushing down? All right, now, there it goes. It's right over. At this point, I can pretty much start going kind of crazy. And with just a little bit of coaxing by that finger, every new wrap will go under the previous wrap. So what it's going to end up looking like is a perfectly coiled spring. If I would have 4 wraps, here would be my first, my second's right under, third and fourth. They're not like this. Now this isn't terrible, but this is ideal because nothing is rubbing on something else to possibly create a weak point. And it looks much more professional on top of everything else. Every now and then, there's a thing you might want to do. You take a fingernail and you go to the last wrap, the lowest wrap that you may have done, and you kind of get a fingernail under it and coax it up the post so they close up and they butt up against one another, okay? That's also a good thing. You can actually feel and sometimes hear them click together. But that's the goal, man. Now look how far down I'm pushing with my second finger. Look how flat that string is there, okay? And I'm almost at the point where I can leave go with thumb and forefinger because it's really starting to get tight now. And it's not all that comfortable a feeling. Okay, so I'm getting close. I'm just about ready to let it pop right into the slot. Still keep that second finger. Here. Now, if you can see that, let me double check, make sure I'm good. It's a little glary, but I think I've got at least 3. There's possibly 4 wraps on that puppy. That's pretty darn frickin' secure.